Okay, no? Okay, good morning to all. Yesterday we have already completed some divisible properties. Now we are going to discuss. Then yesterday we have discussed the algebraic identity and divisible rule for 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we are going to discuss 6, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. The rest of things are yes. Now what is the a number is a number is divisible by a number is divisible by 11 when if sum of if difference of if difference of sum of if difference of sum of odd positions and even positions. If difference of sum of sum 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 of even positions and odd positions. If difference of sum of odd positions and even positions, sum of odd positions and even positions is multiple of 12, 11 is multiples of 11. A number is a divisible by 11 if difference of sum of odd positions and even positions is a multiples of 11. So that means if we take a 6-digit number or 5-digit number, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position. So sum of odd positions A plus C plus E, sum of even positions B plus D. Their difference should be what? Multiples of K. Means what? 0 or 11 or 22 or 33 like this. If the difference of sum of odd positions and even positions is a multiples of 11, then the number is divisible by 11. So now if you see the example here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 1, 3, 3 you take here. So now what are the even positions here? What are the odd positions here? So sum of odd position, sum of odd 1, 2, 3. 1, sum of odd position 1, 3, 3. This is sum of odd position minus sum of even position 2 plus 5. So totally this is also 7 and this is also 7. 7 minus 7 is what? 0. So 0 is a divisible by 11. That's why this number is divisible by 11 or not. This is divisible by 11. How 11? 1 ja 11. So you get 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. divide by 11, 11 1 ja 11, 11 1 ja 11, 2 5 is there, 11 2 ja 22, 3 3 is there, 11 3 ja 33. So if you want to check it whether the number is divisible by 11 or not, first you find out sum of their odd positions and sum of their even positions. Later take the difference, sum of odd positions and even positions difference. If it is multiples of 11, means 0 or 11 or 22 or 33, absolutely the number is divisible by 11. When the number is divisible by 12, a number is divisible by 12, a number is divisible by 12 if it is divisible by, if it is divisible by 4 and 3m. It is divisible by what? 4 and 3. A number is divisible by 12 if it is divisible by 4 and 3. 4 and 3. So that's why you see the number 1296, you take the number. A number should be divisible by what? 4 and 3 simultaneously or not. That number must be divisible by 4 and that number must be divisible by 3. So for divisibility of a 3, check the sum of the digits. 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 6, 3, 12, 18. It is divisible by 3 or not? So sum of the digits is divisible by what? 3. That's why this is divisible by 3. Next, see the last digits. What is here? Sorry. For divisibility, now you check it whether the number is divisible by 4 or not. For that, you consider last two digits. Last two digits are 96. Last two digits are 9 and 6. So 96. So 96 is obviously divisible by 4. 24 4 there. So that's why it is also divisible by which one? By 4. So finally, number is, therefore number is divisible by, number is divisible by 12. So if you want to check if the number is divisible by 12, you must need, it should be divisible by 3 and 4 simultaneously. It should be divisible by 3 and 4 simultaneously. What does it mean? It must satisfy the rules of a 3 and rules of 4. Next, a number is divisible by 13. A number is divisible by 13. Then the rule is different here. What is that? A number is divisible by 13 if 4 times of, if 4 times of last digit, if 4 times of, if 4 times of last digit, if 4 times of last digit added to remaining digits, added to remaining digits, added to remaining number, added to remaining number. If 4 times of a last digit added to remaining number, added to remaining number, if it is divisible by 4, sorry, if it is divisible by 13, the number is divisible by, the number is what? The number is divisible by 13. Continue this process just like a 7. Continue this process till getting a smallest number. Till getting smallest number. Till getting a smallest number. So when we say that the number is divisible by 13, 4 times of a last digit, you take consider a last digit, 4 times of a last digit is added to remaining number other than the last digit. Other than last digit, whatever the number is there, to that number you add 4 times of a last digit. If that is divisible by 13, then the number is divisible by 30. If still the number is the largest number, again you continue this process. If still the number is the largest one, then again you continue this process till getting the smallest number. Till getting which number? Smallest number. So how long you continue this process? Till getting a smallest number. What is the process of? Consider the last digit. Take 4 times of a last digit that is added to remaining number. If that is divisible by 13, the whole number is divisible by 13. This is the last. So if you want to continue the same process till getting the smallest number. So if you see example here, you see 3926 is a huge number. So what we have to do here is consider the last number. What is that? 6. This is the 6. 4 times of a 6 you take. What is the remaining number? 392. If you delete this 6, and the remaining number is what? 392. To this add 4 times of a last digit. What is 4 times of last digit? 24. Now add it. 2, 4, 6, 11. Again it is a 416 on it. But if you feel this is also a largest one, again continue the process. Take the last digit, 6. Remaining number is what? 41. To this you add 4 times of its last digit. What is 4 times of last digit? 24. Then 41 plus 24 is equal to what? 65. Now it is easy to you. 65 is divisible by 30. 13 5 is 65. Therefore, this number is divisible by 30. So that means first I applied the process. First time. Next, still you felt it is the largest one. So again apply the same process. So finally you got a 65. It is the smallest one. So that's why stop it. Next, a number is divisible by 14. When the number is divisible by 14, a number is divisible by 14 if it is divisible by 2 and 7. Is divisible by what? 2 and 7. A number is divisible by 14 if it is divisible by 2 and 7. So that means it should follow the rules of a 2 and rules of a 7. Now just to see the example, 1463. 1456. Wow, 1456. See here, it should be a number is a divisible by 14 whenever it is a divisible by 2 and 7. So the last digit is what here? 6. So when the last digit or unit digit is a 6, certainly it is a divisible by what? 2. So when the number is divisible by 2, if its unit digit or last digit is 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. So that's why here it is a divisible by what number? Here the unit digit is what here? 6. So it is a divisible by what? 2. Now you have to check it whether it is a divisible by 7 or not. For that I already told you the condition. What is that? To the number 1, so consider what is the divisibility condition for 7 number? Consider the last digit. What is that last digit here? 6. What is the remaining number? 145. From this you delete 2 times of a last digit. What is 2 times of a last digit here? 12. Now resultant is what? 133. If you feel again it is a difficult for you, then again you can apply the same process or not. What is that same process? What is the last digit? 3. Remaining number is what? 13. So from 13 you subtract 2 times of last digit, 6. Then what you got here? 7. So it is divisible by what? It is divisible by 7. So finally what happened? A number is divisible by 2 as well divisible by 7. Therefore this number is what? Divisible by 40. Now the rules to check the divisibility of a 7. First, in a number you consider the last digit. Then to that last digit take a 2 times, which you subtract from the remaining number. The 2 times of a last digit should subtract from the remaining number. Then whatever the number you got, check it whether it is divisible by 7 or not. If it is divisible by 7, then the whole number is divisible by 7. Same process. Again you can apply the same process until to get the smallest number. For that, in 133, last digit is what? 3. The remaining number is what? 13. So from 13 I subtracted 2 times of a last digit, 6. Then 13 minus 6 is what? 7. So it is the smallest number. Obviously it is divisible by 7. Already we checked that it is divisible by 2 and it is divisible by 7. So obviously it is divisible by what? 14. I'll give 3 minutes time. You just note down. Okay. Okay. Next one is when the number is divisible by 15. A number divisible by a number divisible by 15 if it is divisible by 3 and 5. When the number is divisible by 15, if it is divisible by 3 and 5. If any number is divisible by 3 and 5, then the number is divisible by 15 or not. We just see 1445. So divisible by what here? 3, 1485. A number is divisible by 3 and 5. So when we say that the number is divisible by 5, the last digit is or unit digit is either 0 or 5. But here 5 is there. That's why it is divisible by 5. Next, when we say that the number is divisible by 3, sum of the digits must be multiples of 3. That is 13 plus 5 is what? 18. These are multiples of 3 or not. Is what? Multiples of 3. So the number is divisible by 5. 1485. This is the number divisible by 15 or not, to check it. Further to check whether the number is divisible by 3 and 5. 3 and means it must satisfy the rules of a 3 and 5. But here unit digit is what? Here 5. So it is divisible by 5. But when we say that the number is divisible by 3, sum of its digits must be the multiples of 3 or not. Here sum of the digits is the multiples of 3, hence it is divisible by 3. So this is divisible by 3. When these two rules are satisfied, finally number is, therefore number is what? Therefore number is divisible by 50. If we check it, 1485, 15 9 just how much? 135. 15 9 just 135. Again 13 5. Again 15 9 just 135. Well, like this we can do it, but it's sufficient. And a divisibility of 25. When we say that the number is divisible by 25, the last two digits are divisible by 25. A number is divisible by 25 if last two numbers are divisible by, if last two numbers are divisible by 25. 1425. Last two digits are what here? 25. So divisible by, last two digits are what? 25. It is divisible by 25. So the number is what? Divisible by 25. So these are the divisible conditions. But you must know that what are the prime numbers, what is the composite number, what is the prime number. What is the meaning of a prime number? A number a number is a prime. A number is a prime if it has if it has only two divisors. A number is a prime if it has only two divisors, one and a number itself. So a number is a prime if it has only two divisors, one and a number itself. So what are those prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. These all are prime numbers. But these prime numbers are subset of a natural number set. Prime numbers are what? Prime numbers are subset of natural number. Subset of natural number. A subset of a natural number. Now here among these prime numbers, 2 is the even prime. You have only a one even prime. But the prime numbers are obviously odd numbers except 2. Except 2, the remaining prime numbers are which numbers? Odd numbers. Except 2, except 2, the remaining prime numbers are what? Odd numbers. So it does not mean that all odd numbers are prime numbers. Prime numbers are odd numbers except 2, because 2 is a which prime? Even prime. Other than 2, the remaining prime numbers are odd numbers. But converse need not be a true. That means all odd naturals are not prime numbers. All odd naturals are not prime numbers, but prime numbers are odd naturals. Except 2. So this is a prime number. Composite number means what? Composite number. Prime number, composite number. Now, how many even prime numbers we have? Only a one even prime numbers. Remaining are odd prime numbers. So that means remaining prime numbers are odd natural except 2. But converse no, need not be a true. Means all odd natural numbers are not prime numbers. What is a composite number? A number a number is said to be a number is a composite. A number is composite if it has more than two divisors. For example, you take a column. What are its divisors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So you have a more than two divisors or not. That's why it is a which number? Composite number. It is which number? Composite number. Next, co-prime or relatively prime. Co-prime or relatively prime. Now understand here, co-prime or relative prime means not necessary both are prime number. Co-prime or relatively prime. So that means what? Not necessary both the numbers are what? Prime number. So two numbers A comma B are co-prime if their greatest common divisor, their greatest common divisor, their greatest common divisor is what? 1. Not necessary that, not necessary that both are prime, or not necessary that both are prime, but their greatest common divisor should be what? 1. In co-prime or relatively prime, not necessary both the numbers are prime number, but their greatest common divisor should be what? 1. So that means what? The greatest common divisor of A comma B should be 1. So example, if you see here, 3 comma 4, 1. But 3 is a prime, 4 is not a prime, it is a composite number. However, their greatest common divisor is what? 1. That's why these two are called as what? Co-prime or not. 5 comma 8 also 1 or not. But 5 is a prime number, but 8 is a composite number. But the greatest common divisor is what here? 1. That's why they are called as a co-prime. So co-prime means not necessary that those numbers are prime numbers, but their greatest common divisor should be 1. If the greatest common divisor of a two numbers is a 1, then the numbers are called as a co-prime or relatively prime. So it does not mean that both the numbers are prime numbers. One may be a prime, other may be a composite. But twin primes. The next one is what? Twin primes. Twin primes means what? Twin primes. What is the meaning of a twin prime? Greatest common divisor of two prime numbers. So here twin means two or not. Twin primes means two prime numbers. The greatest common divisor is what? 1. The greatest common divisor of two primes is 1. Then they are called as what? Twin primes only. So that is what example here. 3 comma 5. Greatest common divisor of a two primes is a 1, and their difference and their difference is a 2, and their difference is what? 2. Twin primes means what? Greatest common divisor of a two primes is a 1, and the difference should be what? 2. 3 comma 7 not a twin prime. But 3 is a prime and 7 is also a prime, but the difference is not a 2. For twin primes, the greatest common divisor of two primes is a 1. It is obviously 1. Greatest common divisor of two primes is obviously 1. And the difference is what? Should be 2. So 3, 5, next 5, 7, next what? 3, 5, 5, 7, next 11, 13. These all are which prime? Twin prime. Means the difference should be a 2. Both the numbers should be a prime numbers. Both in the case of a twin prime, both the numbers should be a prime numbers, but the difference should be what? 2. If I take 3 comma 7, both are prime numbers. Their greatest common divisor also 1, but the difference is how much here? 4. So that's why this is not considered as a twin prime. For a twin prime, the difference should be 1. And also CM, twin primes always in the form of always in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1 except 3 comma 7. Except 3 comma 7. Except 3 comma 7, the remaining twin primes are always in which form? 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1 form. K belongs to what here? Natural number. Except 3 comma 5. Except 3 comma 5, the remaining twin primes must be in which form? In the form of except 3 comma 5, the remaining primes must be in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1 form. But except 3 comma 5. Twin primes means twins means 2. Both should be a prime numbers, but the difference should be what? 2. Then the primes are called as a twin prime. That's why 3, 5, 5, 7, 11, 13, these all are twin primes are there. 13, 15 also what? Sorry, 11, 13, and next 11, 13. Next what we can take here? 17, 19 also twin prime. But if we check it, this is the formula we can use to find a twin prime or not. Except for which one? 3 comma 5. So k is what here? Natural number. But take k is equal to 1. What we are getting? 5 comma 7. Take k is equal to 2. 12 minus 1 is what? 11, 13. Take k is equal to 3. 18 minus 1 is what? 17. 18 plus 1 is what? 19. Next you take 4. 23. 6 was a 23. 17 and 19. So 23 will not get here. PCB. 'Alright, greatest common divisor of a 2 primes. This is the twin primes means what? 2 prime numbers. The difference should be what? 1 or the difference should be a 2. Both the numbers must be a prime number. Next one is what? You can take a 29 comma 31. Take take 6 places, 6k place you take a 5, 30. 30 minus 1, 29 and 31. So if this format is always in which format? 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. If we take a form of a twin primes, it is always in the form of a 6k minus 1. So I take a 4 here. I got 24 minus 1 is what? 23. But this is a 25, not twin prime. If I take a 5, if I take a 5, 30 minus 1 is what? 29. 30 plus 1, 31. Okay. If I take a 6, 35, not possible. Then you take a 7, 42 minus 1. The next what you can get? 42 minus 1 is a 41, comma 43. They are a twin prime. But not necessary for every choice of k comma. For every choice of natural number, it is not necessary. But you take any twin prime, certainly it is in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1, except 3 comma 5. So 5 comma 7 in that format is there. It is true for k is equal to 1. Next 11 comma 13 also in that format is there. It is a true for k is equal to. Next k is equal to 3 also true. But k is equal to 4 it is not possible. But k is equal to 5 again it is possible. K is equal to 6 is not possible. But k is equal to 7 it is possible or not. 7, 42 minus 1, 41 and 42. So that's why if you take any set of a twin primes which are always in the form of a 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. But simply what you can say here is, for example, 41 comma 43. 41 comma 43, how I write it? 6 into 7 minus 1 comma 6 into 7 plus 1. Can I write like this or not? So that's why it is in which form? 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. That means twin primes always write what? Twin primes always write in the form of what? 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. It is a possible to write twin primes or in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1, except 3 comma 5. 3 comma 5 is not possible to write in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. Remaining whatever twin primes you take, they should write in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1. Note down. This is the twin prime summa. Just again I am revising you co-prime and twin primes because a slight difference is there. Co-prime or relatively prime means two numbers are said to be a co-prime. Their greatest common divisor should be a 1, but not necessarily both the numbers are which numbers? Prime numbers. These co-primes are also called as what? Relatively prime. Co-primes means not necessarily both the numbers are a prime numbers, but their greatest common divisor should be a 1, but not necessarily both the numbers are prime numbers. But in the case of a twin primes, both the numbers are prime numbers. In twin primes, twin means 2. So in the case of a twin primes, both the numbers should be a prime numbers, but their difference should be 1. But their difference should be 1. If the difference is more than 1, then it is which are not a twin prime. Two prime numbers are said to be a twin primes. Two prime numbers are said to be twin primes if their greatest common divisor is obviously 1, and the difference should be what? 2. So 3 comma 5, 5 comma 7, 11 comma 13, 17 comma 19, these all are twin primes. But this 3 comma 7 is not a twin prime, since this difference is a 4. But twin primes always write in the form of which one? 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1, where k belongs to a natural number. So not necessarily, but except which one? 3 comma 5. But every twin twin primes can write in the form of 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1 except 3 comma 5. So what does it mean? You take any set of a twin prime, it is possible to write in that format 6k minus 1 comma 6k plus 1 where k is a natural number, but 3 comma 5 is not possible. Let me just put here. Okay, Amma. Last one, last point. Perfect number. Perfect number. Perfect number is a number whose sum of the divisors, whose sum of the divisors except whose sum of the divisors except the number except the perfect number is a number whose sum of the divisors is equal to number whose sum of the divisors is equal to what? Number. But here in the sum of the divisors, you should not take a except number itself. Except number itself. So we should not take a number. Other than that number, you take sum of the remaining divisors. Perfect number is a number whose sum of the divisors is equal to what? Number. But in the sum of the divisors, we should not take that number. Why? Every number is divisible by itself or not? Every number is divisible by itself. That's why that number is also its divisor or. So a number, perfect number is a number whose sum of the divisors is equal to what number. But while you are summing of its divisors, should not sum a number. Since number is also a divisor to itself, every number is a divides itself. That means that number is also a divisor of a number. So that is not considered. That is not considered. Except that if the remaining divisors are added, it should equal to what number. So example you see 6. What are its divisors? 1, 2, 3, 6. Don't consider the number itself. The remaining divisors add it. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to what? 6. That's why 6 is a perfect number or not. Similarly, take a 28. Divisors 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, 28. Don't consider this 28 because it is a number itself. The remaining divisors you add it. Which is equal to what? 21, 25, 28. That's why 28 is also which number? Perfect number. What is the meaning of a perfect number? Sum of its divisors is equal to that number except adding a number itself. So you should not add that number. You have to add other than that number divisor. So by adding other than the numbers divisors, it is equal to what? A number. That's why these numbers are called as which number? Perfect number. Perfect number means what? Sum of the divisors should equal to the number. Perfect number is a number whose sum of the divisors is equal to a number. But don't consider number. Other than that number, remaining divisors you add it, which is equal to your number. Then the number is called as a perfect number.